on, everybody? We are out here with our Crown Vic Police Interceptor, and this is our bomb through the woods vehicle, our snow drifting rig. In last snowstorm, we hit a curb pretty hard. If you haven't seen the video, you definitely want to watch that. And we completely snapped our lower ball joint in half. So today we are going to be showing you how to replace your Crown Vic ball joints. You're going to have to rent a ball joint press tool from your local parts store, O'Reilly's, AutoZone. They all rent it for free. And obviously you're going to need your new ball joints. The upper ball joint definitely needs to be replaced, but like I said, this is the bomber, so hey, we might not replace it today. We might just try to get the bottom one fixed, but we're gonna do all the steps today and show you how to get her done. We're gonna get right into it, and because I did snap the lower ball joint, one of our steps is already done. We don't have to take the big nut that would typically hold this on off, so that's good. We're still gonna have to press this out, but now we're probably gonna have to get the knuckle out of the way here, so our next step is going to be to take this sway bar end link off right there, and either we're gonna have to take the upper control arm ball joint nut off there, take that out, and then we're gonna decide which way we're gonna swing it, if we have to take the tie rod off or not, or the brake caliper. We'll go from there. So let's take that stuff off. We have this apart. We got a bungee up there to hold it open so I can show you all now. So we got our sway bar end link off here, and we even took it off from the knuckle. It goes up through there, and we have it sitting right there. As you can see, there's our sway bar end link, because we want to try to get to our lower ball joint here without taking the whole knuckle off. And we even took our brake caliper and hung it to the side here. But if we get our tool right here, as you can see, it does not fit in there to get your lower ball joint. So you definitely have to take the whole knuckle off to reach this lower one. So what we're going to do now is brap this big bolt off, and we'll be able to rotate this whole knuckle out of the way. We'll keep our tie rod attached, no need to take that off, and we'll be able to see everything and get in there once this is off. So let's do it. Oh, bummer.
Spinning?
Yeah. Well, that's annoying. So we're probably gonna have to replace that now anyways. She's beat.
Yeah.
It's like I have to push, like pull down on it maybe.
Get a pickle fork.
It's coming, yeah. This is a screwdriver or something.
Yeah. Needing those vice grips, will it work?
Oh, it almost wanted it. It almost wanted it. One more attempt with the vice grips and we will have this off. Ugh. Like, crank them down. Yeah! The vice grips were the tool for the job. But we destroyed our upper ball joints. We're probably definitely going to replace it now.
Indeed.
Now that we have our knuckle off, we have all the room in the world to work here. And our next step is going to be to pull this metal C-clip off here. Then we'll be able to get our tool, bring it in here, and just push that beast right out. And we'll do the same to the top up here, and we'll replace both our upper and lower ball joints. And but first things first is the clip right there. So if you unclip your ABS wire here, your knuckle will rotate a lot farther that way. We just found that out the hard way because we dropped it on Justin's ankle. But we got our C-clip off, just popped right off. And for your ball joint tool, I recommend just using the big sleeve here. It fits right into this unit. And that just pops right in there. And all you do is slide her right on over. And we're gonna get my impact gun and push this thing out. Oh, just went a little bit. Let's going. Wow, nice. Came right out. Sweet, bottom ball joint out. We tried a bunch of sockets here, as you can see, to try to work with this tool so we could slide it over these threads and push out that ball joint, but no socket would work. We really couldn't get anything that would work and slide over. So we're going with the cut the threads off approach. Justin's got the whiz wheel. And this will make it so we can actually slide something over and push that ball joint up.
Have some extra clearance.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Oh yeah. It's pushing it, but like, I think it's pushing part of it up. You see what I'm talking about?
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's detach it and see what's going on. Whoa!
Oh god.
What the heck?
We just pushed part of that friggin' thing through it.
We gotta put a bigger socket around the outside of this so it grabs part of it, I guess. Round 2 with a bigger socket.
It don't wanna go!
Jesus! Let's take the little extension off, see if we can get a little bit more torque.
Nope.
Slipped off. Because it's...
Fire is your friend.
Sometime when your ball joints just really don't want to go, you gotta get the torch out. We're just gonna give it a little bit of love. A little bit. There's a little bit of tension on it right now, so it might just snap free, you never know.
Mr. Impact.
Now that we melted off half of our rubber stuff. Just doesn't want it. Jesus.
More fire?
I don't know.
To be decided.
We didn't get this ball joint cracking free on camera, but sometimes a good old-fashioned big bar is your friend. And now it's just working. It's going right out. Sliding right out. The big bar sometimes is your friend.
Everything.
I'm cranking everything. A little heat and a big bar, and our upper ball joint is out. Hell yeah! We are all ready to install our new ball joints, and I cleaned up just inside the control arm with a little bit of Scotch-Brite right here just so it slides in easy. We'll start with the upper, and what you're going to want to do is just get your new joint here and slide her on in. Make sure you're careful not to pinch your new grease boot in there. Just get it in the area, and then with our tool we are going to press it down into the control arm. And it kind of stinks that this is tucked up into the wheel well, so we won't be able to put the impact gun on it just to wrap it down. We're gonna have to use a wrench, but we're just gonna, like I said, get that in there. Then we'll use our attachments here and we'll just press it all together. Let's do it.
This is our setup going on. We got this big sleeve so the ball joint can drop in. It's got a hole in the bottom so it'll all come right out. We got ourselves a socket to fit on top of the ball joint so it's not crushing it. And now we're just gonna crank it down and push it right into its new home. You can see it just pressing right on it.
This is our setup for the lower ball joint, and we actually had to get pretty creative here. This is actually exhaust pipe that we just cut the correct length here to make it work, because our our ball joint press kit here, the pieces that it comes with, the one they give you, they were just too big. This one was too small and these two were too big to fit properly on that ball joint to press it up there. So we made our own, and we are ready to rock and roll here. I'm gonna use the bar life because we can't fit an impact gun up there. Actually, maybe we could, but we'll just use the bar life to feel it out, and we'll freaking press this thing in that lower control arm. I got the grease fittings in now, and last thing on the lower ball joint, we just gotta put our C-clip in here, toss her on. There you go, as easy as that.
Is that on?
Yeah, it's on. Maybe just we'll tap with a screwdriver, spin it, make sure it's locked. There you go, mint. So C-clip's on, and our final step now is gonna be just to reassemble our knuckle. Let's do it. It is the next day, and it is way nicer out today, way warmer, which is good because one of our jack stands was completely frozen into the ground. But we are ready to install our knuckle now on our nice new ball joints here, and we're gonna send it and bring it over. Because we left our tie rod on, we should be able just to rotate this whole assembly right on over here, and then slide it on the ball joint studs, just like that. Probably have to push that one down, but I'll just put the bolt on the bottom to hold it. Yeah, and that's pretty much that. We'll just tighten these up. We'll push this down there, tighten it up, and it'll pull itself together. We have our bottom ball joint all tightened up, and all we need was a deep socket here. The top is spinning on us and being a little bit more difficult, but luckily these ball joints have an Allen key in the bottom of them. And you just stick that in, and we can tighten it down with a wrench. So, sorry. Oh, I spin my ratchet, but tighten her all down, right down with this. Both our ball joints are all tightened up, and now the final and last step is just going to be to put our sway bar end link on and our brake caliper. So we're going to throw it on now, and we will take it out for a test drive. Tires going on. We are out on our test drive in the Vic, and I was interested to see how it was gonna feel after hitting that curb, because I definitely smoked the curb pretty hard. And everything feels okay, but we are getting a little bit of wheel vibration. I can't, if you can see, she is doing her own thing a little bit, and I think that's because we bent the passenger wheel pretty bad. But in terms of the ball joints, the install went mint, so if you guys need to follow this in terms of replacing your ball joints, definitely a good tutorial. In terms of the Vic being like mint, I'm not sure. I think we definitely folded our wheel. But we are going to end it for today, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace!